What is up, all you try-hard gamers? It has been a while. I've got something special for you guys planned today. So, everyone knows for the past year that I've played this game, year and a half, something like that, I've done mostly PvE. I've done nothing but PvE, and people online give me a bunch of crap. They were like, oh my god, your name is the try-hard gamer, and you don't do any PvP. So, now that I feel like I've extensively explored the PvE universe, I have gone headfirst into PvP. I've just been doing a lot of PvP lately, and I have a ganking build here for you guys. This is a not too expensive ganking build, but it definitely gets the job done, as you'll see in the combat footage. It's a beast. It's an absolute beast. So let's start on the optional internals. So I opted not to put a shield on this thing for two reasons. One, I'm sort of running this as a low heat build, and two, it also sort of baits people into thinking that I'm an easy target, okay? A lot of people out there who are inexperienced, or who, even if they are experienced, they see a ship without a shield and they think, oh, I could take that down easily. But as you can see, this is more of like a bomber build, right? It's made to get in quick, get the job done, get out, go resupply, and get back in. Okay, it's not made for long-term engagements. Like, you don't want to be... and this is specifically because of the weapons. You don't want to be out there for like 10 minutes fighting, right? You want to get in, get the job done, get out. So I've opted to put a crap ton of hull reinforcement packages, all heavy duty, and we're sitting at a hefty 4061 integrity. It's really crazy with this build, and I did not expect this, but in PvP, I thought that, when you interdicted a target, 95% of the people will want to fight with you. That is not the case. That is not the case. 99% of the time, they try to dip out, especially once you knock their shields out with a couple volleys of the weapons that I'm about to show you. Okay, so we've got hull reinforcement packages, 3 fuel scoop, just so I can get around if there are a couple PvP hotspots that are pretty hot for PvP, and I like to get around to get to those. Obviously, you've got your 2A frame shift drive interdictor and a module reinforcement package, because we're running a shieldless build. Core internals, it goes without saying, military grade composite, heavy duty, 6A power plant. You want this for low emissions power plant. Okay, this is going to reduce the base amount of heat that you're running, and it's also going to allow you to stay in silent mode for a lot longer. Okay, and I'm actually going to run some commentary on the first fight that I show you guys, and why it's so important that this be an option for you to do, because people are tricky. People are a lot different than AI, okay? They're not just gonna like flip around, face towards you, and then keep firing at you. People try to evade you, so you've got to know how to counter that. And then clean drive tuning, thermal spread. This also helps with the heat. Don't do dirty drive tuning, because we're not really worried about, being out there for 10 minutes, dodging fire and stuff like that. So don't worry about that. And then frame shift drive, you're going to want to mod this for range. Power distributor, this is charge enhanced as usual. Let's go on to, obviously 4A sensors, let's go on to the utilities. Okay, so it goes without saying again that because we're running a shieldless build, you want point defense turrets, okay? People, in the instance in which, the rare instance in which people will actually fight back, you want to be protected against missiles, because we don't want our modules to be shredded. And then a heat sink launcher in case you've got a crap ton of heat you've got to dump from the weapons that are on this ship. Torpedo pylons. Okay? People say this is cheap. That's fine. Don't really care. It's getting the job done. And you want this modded. This is absolutely necessary. Reverberating cascade. What this does is when you fire your torpedoes at a target and it hits them, even with their shields up, it damages their shield generator and knocks their shield generator out. Completely disables it. So you don't have to worry about sitting there, you know, dumping a ton of ammo and a ton of munitions to try to get their shields down. Just knocks it out, flat out. And we want those on the 3 slot so that they do more damage, okay? And then pack hound missiles, this goes without saying. Pack hound missiles, if you just fire 1 or 2 volleys off, do not do that much damage. But when you like unload a complete payload of them on the target, it reduces their hull down. You'll see that with the first fight against this Crate Mark II that I fight against. And it also has a secondary effect, which is that it damages modules like crazy. Pack hound missiles are definitely worth it. They're not that useful in PvE aside from a few examples. I think I did a PvE build, and I believe it was the Lancer, it was the Type 10 with them on there. But for PvP, they are really useful, okay? Oh, one more thing before I stop. Look, in your optional internals, if you're finding yourself in long engagements against people, and you're getting your modules destroyed, you could possibly swap any of these out for an ECM. Okay, you could do that, so that's a possibility. Alright, so let's go on to the first fight. I'm gonna do some commentary on it to, number one, show you guys what you're going to be encountering, and how to counter it. And then I've got a couple videos after that I want to show you. Okay, so thank you guys very much. Okay, so here we are. I've got a target, alright, and I start interdicting. This is something that you're going to have to get used to, especially if you're ganking, right? Interdicting can be challenging, especially in a ship like the FAS, because the FAS is very agile, and its turn radius is it's quite hard to control, especially in an interdiction. And at this point, I'm thinking like I'm gonna lose it, right? I come so close to losing it. Not the best in interdicting yet. So, and this happens multiple times during this fight because this dude was really good at dipping out and evading me. So I'm getting to the point now where I'm thinking, okay, it's possible I can interdict this guy. Let's see what happens. So I got it, right? And I'm thinking, okay, this is great. And then he disappears. And I'm like, what the hell? It's not dawning on me that he's running. He's running silent running. He's doing silent running. I don't know why it didn't dawn on me, but at this point, I'm like, what the hell is this guy doing? Did he already jump out? He couldn't have jumped out that quick. So I just kind of sit there for a second, and then I see him behind me pop up there. You probably saw that on the radar. And then I head towards his direction, and then I see the low wake. So I'm like, damn it. I see him immediately up at the top. I figure he's heading towards the station. And I engage interdiction again. He submits. And I'm thinking, okay, this is the time I need to start deploying my torpedo pylons, but I'm a little hesitant because I'm not sure if he's going to dip out, and I only have 8 total torpedo pylons, right? So he dips out. So I fire 1 volley of each that I have, and then I go to interdict him again. At this point, I'm so tired of interdictions, it's not even funny. I'm like, oh my god, will this guy just die already? So he keeps doing this, right? And I think what he's wanting me to do is waste my ammunition, because he probably figures I'm running a torpedo slash missile build. Right? So he runs the frame shift, and instead of firing the torpedoes, I fire the pad counts. But they don't hit him. He's already dipped out. So I'm kind of testing the waters to see how strong his shields are and see how quick they go down. So now at this point, I know I can take him out with just the pack counts. I'm not so much worried about wasting my torpedo pylons. I know he's got low shields, so I can totally take him out with the pack counts if need be. Okay, this is where it gets tricky. Do you see him on the radar? And I'm still like, what the hell? What is going on? And it's not dawning on me to do silent running yet. So I think it's at this point, I'm like, oh crap, he's running silent running. So I think I go into silent running to see if he'll pop out of it, and sure enough he does. There it is. I'm like, he's probably running silent running. See him pop up? He doesn't see me, so he pops out. And we're off to the races again. So this is where I make a mistake. I didn't take into account how far his ship was away from mine. And then I boost towards him, and then take some damage from my own torpedo. Thankfully, I don't have shields, right? So that doesn't matter. But I think I do some pretty hefty damage to a shield generator at this point. Yeah, he's taken some heavy hits. Even managed to get a good chunk of his hull down, and then I think he dips out again. Now, at this point, this guy has got to be frustrated as hell. He's got to be frustrated. So now I know, again, his shields are low. They are not that well engineered. They can... I could take him out with just the pack hound, so that's exactly what I proceed to do. And that's all she wrote. Now, kudos to this guy. Kudos to this guy for evading as long as he did. This guy definitely knows what he's doing. But this just goes to show you, do not discount silent running. Silent running is a fantastic tool to both evade PvP and to use it for PvP. And this taught me a lesson, right? So when I get in from now on, I'm probably going to end up running silent running as soon as I hit into the low wake. So just keep that in mind. The next few videos are just an example of like how powerful the torpedo pylons are with reverberating cascade. You'll see I fight a Corvette. I take a shields down, I think in like 2 volleys or something like that. So that's what's up next. Thank you guys for listening to me for so long, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the video.